Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Today we're going to talk about what's going on in the Megxit community because I've been watching this from a distance. I occasionally comment, but for the most part, I'm just watching this unfold. What I find most interesting, and so if you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, let me know in the comments if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll just say there's a whole bunch of people all seeming to be at war with each other. And it's just getting a little crazy. Everybody's making videos about each other. This one will make a video and then everybody else makes videos. All that person's haters make videos talking about their, and then that person will make videos about the videos that are about them. And oh yeah, there's a lot going on. And it's really interesting to me. I'm not a very tribal kind of person, so I don't tend to get swept up in all of that. I do enjoy a little popcorn and watching it all unfold. I have to admit, it's like, wow, this really took the boredom out of May, didn't it? And there's so much gossip and so many rumors and just so much being said. So I thought, well, let's have a little peek and see what's the undercurrent of all of this. Part of me thinks it's almost orchestrated. There's almost, sometimes I listen and I think, this is all collaborative, like everybody, you know what I mean? Like there is a part of me that wonders, does like hater one collaborate with hater two and say, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then you do a reaction, and then we'll get each other going back and forth. And because sometimes it's just, yeah, the ridiculousness of it. And I get it, drama sells. In the news business, in the news media industry, there's a line: if it bleeds, it leads, which means that whatever is the most dramatic story of the day is the story that's going to come out first on the news, and everything else will be fit in after that. So drama sells. And if people are engineering drama to get clicks, well, so be it. So be it. We're all just trying to get by in life, right? We're all just trying to keep the bills paid, keep the food on the table. So I get it. I absolutely get it. Yes, this is the massive true crime deck that I have to shuffle in 4 bundles because it's so huge. I got a bunch of decks here, so this might be a long one. I don't know. We'll see what comes out. We might get some answers right out of the way. I've got what lies beneath, the characters, true crime, the gossip deck. I got everything going on here. So we'll see. I've got my tokens. We'll see what comes out. We'll see who's the main culprit, who's the ringleader. Because like I said, there's a part of me that thinks like maybe one person is running the show here. And everyone else is just following the script. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not a tribal kind of person. So what I'm seeing is that, hater one has all these people very loyal and devoted to hater one. They go and attack all the people who hate hater one. And then all the people who hate hater one will send their, I guess the good word is minions, to go and attack hater. It's just like, and it's playing out in the comments. It's quite fascinating to watch from an anthropological point of view. It's really interesting. Like if I was a sociologist or like a sociology professor or something like that, I would be watching this. I'd be on the edge of my seat every day watching this all unfold. So let's see what comes out. Bioweapon, venom, cryptozoology. What is that? What is cryptozoology? These are firearm. Well, there have been shots fired. That's for sure. False accusations. There have been a lot of accusations being made. There's talk of lawyers. There's talk of lawsuits. there's talk of all kinds of things going on among all of these people. And, you know, I follow a bunch of them just just because I'm so nosy. I want to see this all play out. But yeah, there've been false accusations, imprisonment. Yeah, I think that's the end goal of somebody involved, is that people go to prison. All right, we're going to take this deck and put it off to the side. And now we've got this one. These are the decks I just shuffled. So we'll cut them and see what else comes out. Revenge. There's so much talk of revenge. Oh my God, everybody's trying to get back at everybody. And you know what is really sad about this? The only person actually really truly being hurt in this is a very innocent person. Very innocent person. So, road, family dynasty. Oh my goodness. Power. Oh, well, you know, like I said, this is the Megxit community, and they're all people who, well, I guess the common denominator is they all can't stand Meghan Markle, or, you know, the Duchess of Sussex. And so I guess their channels are meant to be about that, but they're not right now. But again, everybody trying to, like, it just feels like everybody's clamoring for power. And I don't get it, right? Because I'm like, there's room for everybody. So if you have a Megxit channel, why can't you just get along with all the other Megxit channels and just support each other? I don't get it. Like, why do we have to have all this infighting and backfighting? And it is interesting to me that one name keeps popping up in the middle of all of this. So, yeah. Debt. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. All right. All right. We'll pop this one over here, our leftovers. Let's see what comes out here. Interesting. Loyal. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people very loyal to strangers on the internet. It is a really, really wild thing to me that there are people so loyal. They will destroy themselves out of loyalty to one of the haters. And they don't even know who that person is that they're so loyal to. They don't know that person's maybe real name. They don't even know where in the world they live. They don't know anything about this person except that they're talking about something that is sparking a tribal response and feeling like we need to jump on the bandwagon of attacking each other. Interesting. Assassination. There's been a lot of character assassination. That's for sure. That's for sure. Neighborhood curse. I'm surprised none of them have asked me to put a hex on anybody. I wouldn't, by the way, so don't bother. I'll tell you how, and you can do it, but I'm not going to do it for you. Wooded area. Interesting. Yeah. I think there's people that are like, I would kind of put these together and say, like, the neighborhood, like the community, like they would, you know, the Megxit community, the tarot community, the, you know, the true crime community, whatever it is that you take part in, and the people that you talk to here on YouTube as a social media. There's a lot of loyalty, people being, having their character assassinated over and over and over. And there's somebody involved that doesn't need any help having their character assassinated. That's for sure. There's enough stuff out there. Nobody needs to make anything up. So yeah. And then we have the community. And if I was going to look at this one, I would say, yeah, like they're trying to take each other down. And a wooded area, not necessarily a physical wooded area, but like, you know, things that go on in the dark, those sorts of things. Okay, and let's see what our fourth pile has to say. Nothing really crazy coming out here. Justice. Yeah, somebody feels like they're owed justice. And I think that goes both ways, really. It's definitely, I guess, the person who talks the most about the justice. There's other people that also feel they are owed justice. So it's not just sort of one direction. I think it's going in both directions. Lies. So many lies. So many lies. And the lies upon lies upon lies. And this is, you know, when you're dealing with narcissists, they kind of have to like make stuff up on the fly at times. So yeah, that's where we get lies coming out. But also too, this these constant stories about, you know, having to explain yourself over and over and over. Like if you have to explain everything you do because it might look shady or not shady or whatever, like really it's maybe everything you are doing is shady. I don't know. I don't know, but it just looks that way. That if you have to constantly be justifying your actions and constantly be explaining yourself and constantly clearing things up and making people understand, yeah, I would say there's probably a lot of untruths being told, potentially in both directions. But yeah, intoxication. Well, I'm sure you know who that's pointing to. I'm sure you know. Trapped. Yeah, I can imagine that the people involved do feel quite trapped by the whole situation. Like when you create a dramatic situation and toxicity within your community, you do end up kind of trapped by it because that's what keeps it going. And I, you know, when I look back over years worth of videos from people involved in this whole story, it's like, yeah, this has been going on a long time. And when you've created a situation where your income is potentially dependent on drama, whether it be commentating on royals or celebrities or true crime or reading tarot, whatever, anything like that, where it's like, obviously there's a dramatic element or drama among fellow YouTubers, then you are kind of trapped because you've got to keep that going. Because as soon as, so here's a great example. On my channel, I did a video about poor little Lily and Jack, the two children who went missing in Nova Scotia. And that was just a month ago. And like 6,000 views or something on that video. My next video was not about anything dramatic. It got like 35 views. So do you see what I'm saying? That you've got to, if you want to keep the views and the clicks and everything up, you have to constantly be talking about drama, or you've got to be manufacturing drama, which is why I'm starting to wonder if a lot of this, there's like conversations going on behind the scenes of like, what role is everyone going to play today? And then they all go to their channels and start making stuff, which makes everybody click on everybody else. And then everybody, right? Now, if that was, if this is actually correct, I don't know if it is. I'm just making it up right now. This is because it's like just sort of come to me in the last couple days. But if this is correct, it's freaking genius, really. It's like, instead of engagement pods, remember you still have engagement pods on Instagram and stuff like that? No, you just have a group of people who are all willing to attack each other publicly under fake names and make all these videos. And every day you sit down and have your meeting about, okay, who are you going to be today? What are you going to do today? Here's the topic. This is what we're going to go for. Okay, great. Now you all know what to do. And then everybody gets involved, because the people who hate Hater 1 will go on Hater 1's live and comment, and then they'll go on Hater 2's live, and they go on everybody's lives and comment and make nasty comments and things like that. So yeah, I think that for some people involved in this, they are trapped in a situation where their financial stability depends on this kind of drama, because it's getting a lot of clicks. It's getting a lot of clicks. Royalty. And this is all meant to be, this is all meant to be, it's like, it's in the Megxit community. They're all meant to be talking about Meghan Markle and Tweedledee and Tweedleding Dong, you know, as I call them. They're all meant to, that's what their channels are meant to be about. And that's where this all stemmed from, was everybody hating on Meghan Markle. So it kind of makes sense that if you're going to bring your hate about one person, you may end up bringing hate about more than one person and other people and collateral damage and all of that. So that is kind of interesting. That is interesting. I want to know a little bit more. Let's see here. I got my little bowl of tokens here. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Where did I put my little sheets? There they are, because you know I have my sheets printed up because I can't remember a thing. There's been too much damage to the brain. Ghost of the past, ghosted, feeling haunted. Oh yes, didn't somebody say something about being haunted by something? Oh, I can't remember now. I love you. And 121 is Leo. I will. You should all return back to shit talking, Megan. Should do that. Because there's so much material right now. I'm going to do another Harry Meghan video coming up. Yeah. Money, money, money. Money. 94 is definitely prosperity. Oh, feng shui. God, you think it's the first day with my mouth. Feng shui tool to bring in abundance with gratitude. Maybe they should get some spirituality going on their channels. Yeah, that might work better. But definitely they're trapped by the money. Absolutely trapped by the money. And 73, hope, truce. Yeah, I think that someday this will all come to a truce. I think it's almost like it's kind of reminding me of the YouTube channel Lizzie Borden Diaries, where they tell the story of Lizzie Borden, and it's all sort of acted out in like short little videos, just somebody talking, like vlogging, but it's very cool. You should go watch it. Check it out. But I feel like someday it's all going to come out in the open. Really, is it a coordinated effort, or is it really, really real? Like this is all going on, and this is not a performance, and there are real lawyers, and you know what I mean? Real people being served, whatever it is they're being served. I don't know. Nobody's actually said if it's a cease and desist or if it's a summons or anything like that. I don't know, but yeah. 99. 99 is, oh, speak your truth. Yeah. How about this? Lies. Oh, sorry. I should bring that up a little further. Sorry, everyone. I just saw that I wasn't in the frame. So this was on Trapped, the money, and then the truce was on Trapped. And then this is lies and speak your truth. And 93, wealth of knowledge, research. A lot of people are doing a lot of research on two particular people to prove the things that they've been saying are lies. Now, I'm not saying they are proving that they're lies. I'm just saying that their intention is to prove that those things that they've been saying, these two particular people have been saying, are lies. Okay, intoxication. I mean, I think we know who that is, right? I think that people are kind of getting drunk on their own power in all of this. There's like people who believe they actually have true power here on YouTube. I mean, they don't have huge channels, so I don't know why. Like, they're no Mr. Beast. Do you know what I mean? There's a guy in Canada who has almost 500,000 subscribers. And you know what he talks about? Politics, not this nonsense. So, yeah. Let's see here. 36. Needing clarity, looking at all of the details. Yeah, well, don't be looking at the world through the bottom of a beer glass. That's for sure. Or a wine glass. Or a whiskey glass. We're not going to discriminate here. 43. Guided by the light of God. Yeah, I would say no. No, guided by the voices in their head, that's for sure. But yeah, we know who that is. Okay, so 26. Don't be fooled by appearances. Oh, There was a lot of talk the other night about how somebody is pretending that things that they have are theirs, that things that they're seen with are theirs. um, that things that they claim to have purchased, they did not actually purchase, but they're pretending that they did. So if you saw that video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if this is not, if you want to talk, if you want to know who this is all about, just send me an email. It's in the description, or in my bio. Sorry. It's in my bio. You can send me an email and I'll point you in the right direction. But I'm not going to say anything here because these people are vindictive. Vindictive. Okay, so 9 is the little lantern, inner journey and solitude, seeking light within the hermit. Yeah, somebody was told that maybe it's time for a little break, and then that person kind of lashed out. So they're not taking the best advice, but their income depends on it, right? Like, this is the thing, is if you're faking it and you're making up all this stuff and you have this whole big coordinated thing with like 20 other YouTubers and you're all attacking each other so that each other gets all the likes and the clicks and you're all working together to do this, fine. That, sure, it wouldn't be the first time. But if this is not the case and you really are all of this, everything that's going on, the hate and the messages and the emails and the attacks and the trolls and the minions and everything else, everybody involved in this, it may, the message is, it's time to have a come to Jesus with yourself, really. Like, is this the best way of spending your time? Is this serving you? Because I'm looking at some of these people, like, we got a long life ahead of us. You got to figure that we got to, the average person that I'm guessing is involved in this has 30 to 40 years left of their life. And this is going to be really hard to sustain when you're 85 years old in the nursing home. Do you know what I'm saying? So it might be time to find something else to talk about. Maybe return back to the whole Megxit thing. And 104, find your key to move forward. Yeah, I mean, if I was giving advice to anybody, it would be like, it's time for a break. Go have a little mental health break. And come back with, like, I'm not saying the conversations aren't quality, but like, if you want out of this, just take a break, take the losses for a few weeks, and then maybe just find a way to reinvent if you want out of it. I know there's people who don't, that they love it, they thrive on it, and that's great too. Listen, we all have our things, right? We all have our things. So there we have it. Nothing too crazy coming out there. Let's see what lies beneath. Let's see what lies beneath. I don't know where in the world you are watching from, but I'm in Southern Ontario and we haven't seen sunlight in over a month. And it's really starting to take a toll on me. I've got to be honest. I was out at an event this morning. It is June 1st. June. Okay, June. Usually I'm in my pool by now, sitting outside, got my whole summer vibe going, working on my tan, all of it. Nope. I went to an event this morning in a winter coat. Yeah. My poor son was wishing he had brought his mittens because it was cold. And I'm just like, I can't believe this, like, June, really. So all I can tell you is they who control everything, they do not want this part of the world getting vitamin D. That is for sure. They don't want us outside. They don't want us in nature. They don't want us getting vitamin D because they're keeping it cloudy, rainy, and bitterly cold. And it's kind of crazy. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. All right, let's see what lies beneath deck has for us. Game over. Yeah. I feel like I said, this is not sustainable. This level of drama and fighting back and forth and everything else, it's not sustainable. Maybe for the people right at the core of it, but sort of the people on the periphery, it's not. And I have seen a couple channels that had sort of gotten involved and are sort of now just sort of gone back to what they normally talk about. Burning evidence. Somebody did mention about throwing something into the fire. that they received a letter and threw it in the fire. I don't know if they're telling the truth or not, but certainly, yeah. Tired of drama. Yeah. Somebody is definitely tired of the drama. And like I said, we're starting to see a few of these channels kind of go back to what they were originally intended for, or what the creator intended for them. You know, going back to talking about Megxit and things like that. Keeping a promise. Yeah. It feels like there's a couple people who want out, but they can't because they've promised to sort of see it through to the end. But they're tired. They're exhausted. They're worn out from it. This takes a massive emotional toll if you're in the middle of it. On the outside looking in, I'm like sitting here eating my popcorn and knitting and watching it all, drinking my mugs of tea and just enjoying the drama. Like, I love somebody else's drama. I don't like drama in my own life, but I certainly love it in someone else's life. That's why we watch true crime. You know, other people's drama. Keeping you a secret. So there was talk about where one of these people currently is, and that another one of the people involved is pretending to be home, but is actually with this other person. And it's all being kept a very careful secret. So that is the gossip on the streets, word on the street. That's what's going on. And that somebody involved made videos to post while they were away from home with this other person to make it seem as though they're home and sort of throw us off the scent. It would be very interesting if they were spotted together in this one particular city. That would be kind of interesting. But they're doing a great job of keeping it hidden if that is in fact what's going on. Fake friends. Yeah, a lot of people with fake friends. A lot of people are just fake. You know, and I mean, that's the thing. I don't begrudge that on YouTube, simply because you know, you come here, you create a channel, you create your content. Many people, they do that from the place of a persona, and then they maintain that persona. You know, I'm just trying to think of you know, Mr. Beast. Because we brought him up before. Mr. Beast is a persona. Like, is he like that in real life? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe this is a character. And so for many of us, we're here playing characters that we've created to present our material that, you know, perhaps we think our character is more interesting than we are actually. And that could be why. But what happens is when we do that is that because we may be faking it, we don't know if other people are faking it. So when someone's talking to you and building a, you know, community with you and building a relationship, whether it's a friendship or anything else, they're doing it here. If you're all using personas, then everything is fake. None of it is authentic. You know, we've all seen catfish, right? You fall in love with the persona that the person presented, but then when you meet them, that's not who they are. That's their fake persona. So we're all playing roles. We're all playing characters here, but we have to keep in mind that the person that you're so potentially, maybe not you, but some people are so loyal to that you would fight their battle for them, they might not even be who you believe them to be. So it's good to keep that in mind. It's really good to keep that in mind. Let's see if there's anything. We got all the decks going on here. We have all the decks. And of course, they're all massive cards. So I can't, and this is the slippery deck. This is the one, it's like glass with a layer of butter on top. This deck. And I've actually shuffled this. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. But I've actually shuffled it and they're so slippy that the cards have just shot across the table. I'm like, oops, sorry. That looks professional. That's why I don't bring this deck out with clients unless we're in a very confined space. Otherwise, my cards will end up everywhere. And there are ways around that, I might just shuffle them a different way, but I've had people tell me that they like to see me shuffle the cards and they like the way I shuffle them. So I'm here to serve. I am here to serve. Dark intentions or motive. Yeah, no shiz. No shiz. There's a lot of dark intentions involved in all of this. Why is my... There we go. Is that a little better? A lot of dark intentions involved here. Yeah, I think my guides are like, they really, what they're saying is that this trapped feeling is coming from like going into this for the wrong reasons and then now being trapped and you're just stuck. And that icky feeling of just being stuck in something we don't want to be stuck in and everything else. I think I think I know who the person is who wants out. But there has been talk, so word on the street, rumors, that person 1 has a lot of dirt on person 2 and that they're keeping them trapped. See, you thought you were just coming here for some fluffy tarot, right? Yeah. There we go. Know too much and wants to talk. Yeah, like what did I just say? Wow. I think there's a few people who know a lot of stuff. Like I've been seeing things that I've found quite shocking. People have gone back a lot of years to pull up dirt on one particular person. And there's more and more and more stuff coming out. So there we go. Unaware of surroundings. Okay, I don't know what that means. Exposed secrets. Yeah, secrets are coming out. Secrets like charity money being stolen, secrets like abuse and violence and things like that, crimes being committed. You know, there comes a point, the police can only come knocking so many times before you have to start to think, I think this person's up to something, right? So secrets being exposed, they definitely are. I watched a video yesterday for, I don't know, a couple hours. It was long, and there was a lot of stuff that came out about one particular person. This is the thing, is it always comes back to one particular person. Strategy and planning. See, I think like this is why I'm starting to really, really think this is all manufactured. If you know this story, this situation, let me know what you think. Is it starting to feel kind of contrived at this point? Is it starting to feel like there's a whole bunch of people in on it? And no judgment. Like if you're one of the people who's in on the whole thing and you're watching this, kudos to you. Because you've got this incredible dramatic story playing out and all of us are on the edge of our seats. So well done. Well done. I know someone who writes for Netflix. I could maybe set you up. You could create a show, a reality show of crazy people. But yeah, that I just feel like there's something, and strength, confrontation. There's a lot of confrontations going on. But they're not really confronting each other face to face. They're just like one person says, wee, wee, wee. And then the next person goes to their channel and they're like, wee, 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 wee. And then the third person's like, oh my God, did you see what those two said? And then it's just everybody having reaction videos to everything. Right? So yeah, that's fascinating. Fascinating. Wow. All the crazy people. All right, so let's get the tea cards out. Let's just see. This is the what's the tea. They're not about tea. They're what's the tea. This is, what does it say? Life is like tea. You must calm down to face it. Yeah, okay. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. Yeah, I hope everybody who's involved in this story is making really good AdSense money from it. I really hope you're getting that money coming in, because I know it's like, it's not easy out there. I get it. I get it. So I really, really do hope that every single person who's monetized and going in the midst of all of this, with all of this big web of people, I hope you're all getting the checks coming in for this. I really, really do. That is, and I'm absolutely serious. I begrudge nothing. So if somebody's making $10,000 a year talking about this, or $10,000 a month talking about this, getting checks from YouTube for AdSense talking about it, well done. Good for you. Good for you. Take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Get your bills paid. Put a little savings. Treat yourself to something nice. You know, you got kids. Buy them a little treat. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Just enjoy the money. Because you worked hard for it. I've seen it all. You've all worked really hard on this. And that's the thing is, I'm like, it's like a stage production. But it could be real. It could be really, really real. And if that's the case, either way, though, everyone who's made money off of it deserves every cent of it. Fishing for comments. Well, I'm always fishing for comments. I wish you would talk to me. I really do wish my subscribers would become supporters, and you do that by commenting. And fun fact, there are some people, there's a few people who comment and stay on top of all of my posts and my videos and stuff, and they receive special invitations to exclusive events. They receive more from me. At this point now, I'm still not yet at the point where I can have a membership, so then we can sort of up level some people. But if you would like to be more than just a subscriber and you would like to be a supporter, start commenting. Take part in the conversation so that I start to recognize your name. And then when I have special exclusive, like invitation only things coming up, like I do right now, you would be contacted and offered a spot in whatever it is that's going on. So there you go. Fishing for comments, always. But one of the things that is really, really important to the people involved in this, for obvious reasons, is getting the likes, getting the comments, the watch hours, everything else. Because if you're paying your bills from this, then you definitely want the comments. Absolutely. Oh, the car. The car. I know you know what this means. Carless. There is no car. Ooh, there is no car. So that suggestion that the thing was not actually purchased by that person, this could be it. This could be it. Boss daddy. See, this is why I think it's all just coordinated and manufactured. I'm always open to being completely wrong, but I feel like perhaps I'm onto something, because it's like it could have easily run out of steam, but it didn't. It just keeps ramping up. And there's one person right at the center of it whose name is mentioned every single time, with the big D energy. There you go. Ignoring. They're all pretending to ignore each other. That's for sure. We know that. We know that. Played out. Yeah, it's definitely playing out. That's for sure. And overthink. Yeah. See, this is why I think there's somebody who wants out of it, because it's just too much. There's too much going on in their life. Emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, that I think, yeah, they're trying to change directions and kind of remove themselves from this whole big conversation that is not about Megxit, but it's about the Megxit community. So there we go. And we'll pull a few more. You know what? This is the character org. I'm just going to show off all of my decks. Actually, no. This one's not, that one's not working for me for this, but for another different kind of reading. Absolutely. Okay. This is the working deck. Serious business deck. This is the deck I use with my clients when I go to parties and weddings and things, corporate events and things like that to read. This is the deck that I take. And if you book a reading with me, which you can do, just reach out through my website or send me an email. This is the deck I use for you. It's the Rider-Waite, and it is the very first deck I ever had, so it's very connected to me. And we've been working together a long time, a long, long time. So let's just see what the final energies here are. Queen of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the ringleader isn't who we think it is, but that person still wants out. It's an evolving situation. You know what? I'm going to look up some dates here. You know what? We'll look up the Queen of Swords. Why not? Let's just see what date. Because like I said, I think that there's, yeah, one of the people really involved wants out. And they're just exhausted from their life and everything. There's no timing attached to this. And the Wheel of Fortune, excuse me. No timing. So this is like now or before you're ready. Like whenever we see something without timing, it's like immediately. The Three of Hearts. So, or the Three of Hearts. The Three of Swords. Now, I know that a lot of people who just read from the books that come with the deck would be like, oh, this is about heartbreak. Somebody's getting their heart shot. No, that's not what this card means. I was just fun fact for validation. I was trained at an international tarot academy by one of the top psychics in the world. And so when people say, oh, you don't read like everybody else. No, I don't. Because I've been very, very, very highly trained on how to read tarot. And this card, on some levels, can mean heartbreak. But what it actually means is mental creativity. That's what this card means. Now, doesn't this fit a little better with this story? This takes a lot of mental gymnastics and creativity. Let's go back to the boss daddy. You know, the brain behind this whole operation, if it is in fact manufactured. The brains behind it all. Absolutely. Queen of Cups. There's there's somebody going through, like, it's really affecting them emotionally, and so they're trying to be patient, but yeah, it's not necessarily working because I think they're getting a lot of pressure from the ringleader of all of this. And what do we have here? 10. Yeah, things are going to start to wind down a bit because this situation and this people, the core people involved, have been talking about this for years and years and years. It's a little bonkers. It sort of what happens is it winds down, and then everybody starts talking about Megxit again, and then something happens and it all explodes again. The infighting between all the Megxit channels and creators. So yeah, and there's like somebody involved who's fallen out with everybody. It is shocking to me how many disagreements and fallouts this person's had. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't imagine like getting so close and so involved with so many people on YouTube that I would start having fights with people. I mean, holy smokes. If I don't like something that you say, I just block you. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And I don't mean like you disagree because you have a different opinion than me, but no, like there's people who come in and they say nasty things. And I just like delete, block, done, move on, right? Move on. Interesting that we've got 3 queens on the table right now. That would be an interesting, I just thought that'd be like a neat name for a gay bar, the 3 queens. Yeah, that'd be a cool gay bar. I'd go there. I'd go there. It's interesting. It's June, it's Pride Month, and I think Pride is kind of fading out. But I remember Pride used to be a lot of fun when I was young and lived in the city. Oh, Pride weekend! It was a weekend, and it was a lot of fun. And I watched a video yesterday, and it was this gay man, and he said it used to be a lot more fun to be gay. And I was like, yes, yes, I know. I'm not gay, but yeah, Pride. It was a lot of fun back in the day. And now it just seems like a lot of rage and anger, and I don't know. Anyway, back to the real story here, which is the 3 queens on the table. Isn't that interesting? I'm gonna let you figure that one out yourself, because I know you're very smart. You've been watching me a while. You know what that would be. You know what the strong message coming through here. And the Chariot. The Chariot. We're gonna look at the timing of the Chariot. What's that? Number 7. I should know all the numbers, but you know, my head is so full of so many things. June 21st to July 21st. Oh, what if it all blows up and all gets exposed and comes out in the open during that time? Interesting. Interesting. So what this card means is like moving forward, good progression, you're moving in the right direction, making headways. Things are moving quickly. Like if somebody said to me, if I was doing a career reading for somebody and this card came out, I'd be like, you're totally on the right path, you're doing great, just keep swimming, right? Like keep going. Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be interesting if something comes out after the 21st of June, solstice? Solstice. Well, thank you for joining me here today as I ramble on about this. I thought it would be an interesting little peek at the craziness in this particular community. There's a lot of people going, YouTube is toxic. No, it's not. No, it's not. This situation is toxic, but YouTube is not toxic. YouTube has lots of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful videos and creators and commentators and everything that, you know, everybody's talking about everything. It's wonderful. And I love this place, and I love you. So thank you for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to click like and click subscribe and share this. If you know somebody who's talking about the Megxit community, say, hey, go watch this video. You might understand what she's talking about. And leave a comment and let me know you were here so that I can welcome you to my world and actually speak to you. And then if I see your name enough, then I'll call you a supporter and we might even send you some nice things. So there you go. As ever, have a magical day.